Tyler, we're here on the 8th hole of the Grace. As you look at this hole, you got to start thinking off of the tee about a couple of things before we pick our club. So sitting out here on the 8th hole of Grace, you've got a bunker to your left, and then you've got water that kind of bisects the fairway out here on this hole. The water is about 250 to get to, so driver's probably out of play, right? So at this point, we're thinking to ourselves, if driver is not the play, what is going to be our most consistent club off the tee that's going to get us in the fairway? Because once we get it out there, it's not that long of a hole. We aren't going to have more than a 7-iron in either way. So we got to start thinking through our bag of, are we going to hit our hybrid? Are we going to hit our fairway wood? We're trying to find that most consistent club for us, kind of our fairway finder, so to speak. Once we find that club selection, we're then starting to look at that bunker, right? That bunker on the left is something that we want to avoid. We have already found out a way to avoid the water by clubbing down away from our driver. Our next step here is we've got to think and visualize our shot here. If I'm trying to avoid that left bunker, we've got to think to ourselves, Tyler, you are a draw bias player. So we've got to probably aim down the right side of the fairway so that when we hit from the right side of the fairway, the only way that we're going to end up in that bunker is if we hit a big miss hit hook, right? So by clubbing down and then choosing that club and line, we're basically eliminating our two biggest points of issues off of this tee, and we're setting up ourselves up for success on this hole. So now that we've figured that out, we're going to pick a spot down the right side of that hole. We're going to find that spot, and we're going to focus on a small spot. The smaller that we think, the smaller our miss is going to be. If we pick a big window, like say a whole house in the distance, then that's a bigger miss that we can have. If we try to find a window on that house, that's a better spot to start thinking about and picking our line from, because if we think small on our target, our miss is going to be smaller as well.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit that shot for me there.
All right, so I have a 3 hybrid. It goes about 20 yards.
Awesome.
No problem reaching the water. And you know, as you said before, I am a draw wires player. So I'm looking at a spot. I'm thinking there's some penalty marker areas, markers down there. I'm gonna think there's one on the left, one short of that one, and then one to the right. I'm gonna go to the farthest one on the right there.
Awesome.
The right side of the fairway. So that's my aim.
And that gives you 30 yards of draw until you get to that bunker.
Absolutely.
Well done, found the fairway.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was great tips there, Nate.